Hey there, welcome to Fumble Forward, the podcast for young minds curious on how to use life's guaranteed imperfect moments to grow into better people. I'm your host, Aquia, and I'm so thrilled to have you join this incredible journey. Over here, we go deep into the uncomfortable, unpredictable, and uncertain twists of life and navigating our relationship with ourselves, others, and God. You might laugh or maybe cry, but hopefully, and most importantly, be touched to live a life with intention. Man, oh man, hello. So this is an episode. We're getting back to like episode 1, 2 vibes because, yeah, it hasn't even been an extraordinary week. To explain why I didn't get this episode prepared this week for you. I'm just not even going to lie to you. Like, work didn't wear me out. There wasn't some unexpected visitor. I didn't get sick. Time just really slipped past me. And the next thing I knew, it's Wednesday night, and your girl barely got some bare bone outlines of some ideas at one point. So, this episode is going to be a short and sweet one. And it's going to be still continuing the theme of season 2, which is a wait well worked. Really just being about on this mission of uncovering what it means to wait, how to make the most out of a season of waiting, and really how to embrace a season of waiting in an active and not passive way. And yeah, I really was like, wow, it's Wednesday. Okay. And this is supposed to come out Thursday. And I want to be consistent for you. I do not want to fall off this thing at all because this is just so much bigger than me. And we're really on this unique journey together. So, as the person holding myself accountable, we're here. It's short and sweet. And I thought, what better thing to talk about than how it's okay to show up not 100% versus not showing up at all. And so many times this concept and idea has saved me. It has helped me be more of the person that I know I can be, the person that I see in the mirror, the person that I'm like, yeah, that's you. You know what I'm saying? And so, really, I just wanted to hone in on this because, in so many ways, I am doing that right now. This is not 100% quit. This is, 75%. And as I keep talking more and more to you, it's increasing, but we are definitely not starting this at 100%. And in so many ways, so much of a life is that, right? Like this idea that you will always show up 100% at your job, your work, your relationships is just a crazy high expectation that is destined for you to fail. And so this is really me leaning into the imperfect, y'all, really leaning in. And really, I wanted to share 2 spots where this idea of not having to show up as 100%, but just showing up has really helped me be the person that I want to be and that I know I can be. And it showed up in how I've maintained my work regimen or movement in my life. I would say that I've been consistent with workout all my life. A big part of that was my parents getting me into sports at a young age, and that really continued all throughout until high school. And then I feel like at that point I've just built such a good understanding and appreciation and love for movement that it just continued into my adulthood. And also me just getting this concept. I don't know if it's something I saw or just something I kind of fumbled for it and figured out through experience, but that I didn't have to focus on going so hard at every workout. Like, I feel like I never came into my workouts with a sense like, I gotta go hard, I gotta go in, like, all or nothing, let's go. And because of that, it took an insane amount of pressure off of me to just be operating at this insane capacity level all the time. And so I don't go weeks without movements. It is beyond weird for me if I haven't been on a walk, done some push ups, done some squats, played tennis, gone for a swim. What else? Just moved. It genuinely feels weird if I've even like sat on the couch too long. Like today, I was on the couch watching a show and then I watched a movie and I was like, wow, I've sat too long. And then I literally went to listen to a podcast for 35 minutes and went on a walk and watched the most beautiful sunset that just made me appreciate life and just ground myself. And so that's what I mean by like, your girl just began the urge. Like, it's that rooted now, but it's also because I didn't put this insane pressure on myself that, okay, Quia, because you sat down for more than 2 hours watching TV, you need to do, 40 squats and 30 push-ups and like an intense workout and hit the, like it was like, okay, I'm going on a walk. That was it. Like, and that was more than enough, right? And so that has been huge in my movement life. And I'll even give you like another real example story. If y'all know, and you've been listening for a while, y'all know that I really got into kickboxing in 2021, right? And when I started, I was just going very like, oh, this is so cute and exciting. Okay, let's just see what happens here. I was very just like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, as that phrase goes. And I just went to like 2 classes the first week, and I just went to 3 classes after I went for a few weeks. And it was just very much like I was showing up super excited almost every class. And then at one point I was really grinding. This is maybe my year and a half mark. I am grinding. Like, I'm doing the challenges at this studio. I'm going to 4 classes 5 times, sometimes a week, 2 classes. And sometimes I showed up, y'all, and I kind of didn't really want to be there. Like, it was just the truth. Like, I didn't really want to be there. I feel like it was more of just habit at that point that I was going. But the beautiful thing is, like, I still showed up. I still got the benefits of a great workout. And that served me so much in my time at kickboxing of just staying consistent, building up my endurance, getting better form, all of it. So that's really how this idea of just not having to show up 100% all the time has really showed up in my life in terms of exercise and all those different kind of things. And also, it showed up for me in school. Like, every day I was not in the mood to go to school. You feel me? Like, some days you're sick, sometimes you're tired, sometimes you just don't want to go to school because you didn't study for this test and you feel like you're going to bomb it. Like, whatever the reason is. But I showed up, and ultimately I showed up because I need to pass my classes. Okay. And also just remembering it wasn't required for me to be 100% every day I came to class. Like, sure, that's helpful, would have been great, but it also wasn't necessary. It balances itself out. That's what I tell myself. Because the days I go 100 and the days I go 60 and the days I go 150, like, it balances it out. It balances it out. And, some days you're going to school broke, busted, and disgusted, but you're there. You see what I'm saying? And I'll even tell you a little story. So I get back from going on this amazing vacation with my family and a friend on a cruise. And I end up busting my face. I can't even tell the full story because it's so embarrassing. But let's just say I busted my face, had a cut on my cheek, and I had to go to school the next day. Okay. Let's just say I'm not going 100%, right? I'm thinking I'm coming back cute, excited to tell my friends and all these things. My fun vacation, I went with my family, my friend, and instead I'm coming to school busted on my cheek. So, of course, that's the day that the guy I was crushing on wanted to talk to me. I was like, of course, God, you were so freaking funny. And yeah, I just remember being like, wow, wow. But the moral of this story is, y'all, I showed up. Okay. And it wasn't 100%. But sometimes you just got to show up. And that's what happens. And you move forward. You learn from it. You laugh from it. All the different kind of things. So I say all this to say, in the waiting, sometimes you're going to show up not too sexy. You're going to maybe show up tired, exhausted, delirious. You're going to show up maybe sore from a workout, irritated. You might just be broke, busted, and disgusted. But you are there. And you will start to realize more and more that that goes a long way. At least that's been my experience. I've just learned that goes a long way, because what you learn in that stage of just showing up at 40%, 30%, 75% really helps you get to that 100%, helps you go beyond the 100%. And that's kind of me today, you know. And I rather show up for you though than not at all. So here I am, Aquia, imperfectly for today's episode. And I hope it served you and reminded you of different ways you can live a life with intention through all this imperfectness that comes with navigating this thing called life. And so, shifting gears, what am I looking forward to? So I am beyond pumped, elated. What's another word? Ecstatic to be attending beautiful conference in Tampa, Florida. And it's a conference for women, all centered around Jesus, fellowship, all the things. Now, I've never been to a fellowship opportunity of this scale. I'm talking about there will be hundreds of people in attendance. However, I am eager in the best way to see what God does at this conference. I really, really am, because there's no way this amount of believers and energy in one space, something good is going to happen. So I am excited for that. And what am I reading? I'm continuing reading the Bible, still on Genesis. I've been becoming more familiar with the stories of Eve and Adam, Noah and his sons, Abraham, Sarah, Hagar, Jacob, Rebecca, all the stories. The stories are wild in Genesis. When I say wild, it is insane. The mistakes and decisions people are making and how God's promises still remain. That's all I will say. And, you know, if you have a friend, if you know someone close to you or family that's always trying to show up as 100% and you see the impact it's having on them negatively, tell them it's okay to not show up at 100%. It's okay to be a little less sometimes, and that maybe this episode would be the encouragement they need to just know that just showing up is more than enough sometimes. And make sure to subscribe to Fumble Forward and join this perfect journey. Imperfect journey. It's bumpy, a little crusty at times. You know, not always 100%, but we show up, and in hopes of growing to understand ourselves just a little bit better. And like always, thank you so much for tuning in to this short and sweet episode that is not at 100%, but it's here. And until next time. Look at you. You stayed with me to the end. You're the best. Good thing is, it doesn't have to stop here. Dive into another episode and continue the ride.